Sweet baby Moses, it just keeps happening. Ugh. Hey everybody, it's your friend and your guy in utter disbelief, Gardiner. So, GitHub just announced that GitHub is buying NPM. They are... what? If you're not familiar, NPM is like the premier, it's like the biggest JavaScript repository in the world. It has one of the biggest development communities, if you count all the different projects that are hosted on it, in the entire world. It has something like 2 million packages stored on it. Wait, let me get that right. It has 1.3 million packages. It has 75 billion downloads a month. It's one of the most critical tools for web developers, for people who, not even people who use Node, but just anyone who uses, who needs like DevOps tools. NPM is one of like the core utilities that myself and a lot of other people use when developing for the web. And GitHub just bought or is acquiring NPM. This is crazy. Now, if you're familiar with the NPM community at all, you'll know that they've had some turmoil going on with the development. You'll know that there's some weird stuff happening behind the scenes. And maybe GitHub can bring some order to the chaos. We'll see what happens. However, what really needs to be stated here is that GitHub is owned by Microsoft. This gives Microsoft huge leverage over everything. I don't think that they announced the actual price that they're acquiring NPM for, but considering that Microsoft bought GitHub for like 7.5 billion, probably a lot of money. The thing that's very strange to me though, is that, you know, GitHub was a company, right? GitHub was a company that was developing software on top of the Git protocol, the Git infrastructure. I don't know what you want to call it. And it was a company. It was a website. People were using it. Microsoft came in and said, hey guys that own it, we're going to buy it from you. Fine. NPM is really not like... I don't think it's the same thing. Like, NPM just feels like an open source project to me. So the idea that Microsoft or GitHub, in case people are going to get butthurt that I'm calling it Microsoft, it's Microsoft, guys. The fact that Microsoft comes in and is like, hey, we're going to buy this open source project, that is weird and troubling to me in so many ways. The people who are contributing to NPM, are they all going to get paid? Are just the people who are just the leaders of NPM going to get paid? How does this work? What's going to happen with this? The software, now in the press release on GitHub's blog, Nat Freeman said that they are not going to be changing NPM. It's going to remain for open source JavaScript packages. In fact, all of the private repositories that were available for like enterprise, like paying NPM customers, well, then they're actually going to be moving all of those off of NPM into GitHub projects or whatever the GitHub repository thing is. I don't use GitHub much anymore. You know, a lot of people have a lot of nice things to say about Nat Freeman. I don't know much about him, but he does seem to be a big fan of open source, just from the surface level. So maybe they are trying to like sort out all the problems with NPM. Maybe they're trying to get this into a really powerful open source project. But the fact that Microsoft now owns much of the distribution and much of the project management, like, that's concerning. Isn't that concerning to anyone else? You know, I did a video a couple days ago about Microsoft Xbox Series X and how they're using proprietary formats for their SSDs, their storage on Xbox Series X. Yesterday, as of recording this, Sony announced, hey, you know how we used to do like the Sony memory cards and like how they were proprietary and really the only things that were compatible with them were Sony products. You know, you buy a Sony camera, you have to use a Sony memory card instead of using an SD like everybody else on the market. Yeah, well, you can use M2 drives, a select number of M2 drives on the PlayStation 5. That is what I'm talking about, guys. Everyone who said I'm overreacting, no, I'm not overreacting. Microsoft's all like, oh, we're open source. Oh, we're all this. Guess what? No, they are not. They can't be trusted. This is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. Sony, a notoriously proprietary company, comes out and says on the PlayStation 5, you can use M.2 drives, NVMe drives that are compatible. They have to be PCIe 4, I think, and they have to have enough speed to actually fit the spec. But they're M.2 drives, guys. Microsoft is saying, hey, guess what? You have to buy an overpriced piece of crap proprietary card that you can only use on the Xbox One X or 360 or whatever the hell that's called. I'm angry. Microsoft can't be trusted. They should not be buying all of these open source projects and controlling so much of the development infrastructure of the web. I don't know why no one else is panicking about this. I am panicking about this. I might be a little overreacting here, but we can't trust Microsoft. They have proven time and time again that we can't trust them. Yeah. Anyway, this video is sponsored by Linode. There's never been a better time to try Linode. From now until May 1st, 2020, Linode is giving every single account access to object storage for free. That's right, whether you created an account back in 2003 or just today, you can take advantage of free object storage at Linode until May 1st. So what is object storage? Object storage is an easy way for you to store and access data without the need for running a server. It's perfect for data that doesn't regularly change, like images, important backups, and other multimedia files. One of the best use cases for object storage is hosting your own Plex or Nextcloud instance with extra room for content. You can use object storage to host the files instead of having them on your actual server. To give Linode's object storage a try for free and to get an additional $20 credit on your new Linode account, sign up at linode.com/linuxgamer. Thank you to Linode for sponsoring this video. I really appreciate it. I want to thank all my patrons. WebFreak, thank you so much, WebFreak. I really appreciate your support. If you can afford it and you believe in what I do, head over to Patreon and support the show. It really makes a huge difference. Now more than ever, if you are an existing patron and you can't afford it, please cancel your pledge. Take care of your family. Seriously, I'm just a random dude on the internet. Your family's way more important than I am. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. If you like what I do, like I said, hit that like button. It really helps the show out. You can also hit that subscribe button. You can head over to the LBRY, LBRY.TV/@TheLinuxGamer. I post the videos there earlier than I post them on YouTube, so go do it. If you want to help support the show, you can hit up Patreon. You can buy one of these awesome t-shirts, get something for your money, open source. Anyway, yeah, like I said, that's going to do it. Have a great one. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.